How do I clear cookies for just one site? Hi everyone, Leo Notenboom here for askleo.com. Cookies are basically small amounts of data placed on your computer by the websites that you visit that allow them to do things like, well, remember that you're already signed in, and of course a bunch more. They're part of the grease that makes your website experience run smoothly. Most of the time. If a website is having problems, clearing cookies may clear up those problems. The problem, of course, is that clearing all cookies means you'll have to sign in again to, well, every site you've signed into before. Fortunately, most browsers have made it easier, if not obvious, to clear the cookies associated with a single site. It's all in the icon. So I'm going to use Edge as our example. Visit the site you want to clear cookies for. Click the padlock icon on the left of the address bar. You can see here, right next to the URL of the page that we're on, is the padlock icon. So if we click on it, we get a bunch of stuff. One of the pieces of that bunch, I guess, are the thing that says cookies and site data. We'll click on that. Tells me that I have one cookie in use. I'll click on that. And now you can see that there is, again, the name of the site. We can click on the little pointer and expand that. And sure enough, there's a cookie. We can actually even see what's in that cookie if we want to. Now, at this point, you can clear this cookie. You can clear all cookies. You can clear all of the cookies and all of the site data, which is essentially similar to cookies, information that sites can save on your computer, by clicking on whichever one of these you want and clicking on Remove. Normally, you'll probably just want to click on the site name and then click on Remove. All of the cookies and all of the site data for this site will be removed. Now, other browsers, they're similar but different. Google Chrome has you looking at a little control, again, to the left of the URL in the address bar, at which point it gives you cookies and site data. In there, you'll see something called Manage On-Device Site Data, and then the garbage icon you can use to delete the cookies and the other on-device data. Firefox, again, similar but different. In this case, you'll click on a shield to the left of the URL. That will then give you, again, cookies and site data, which then takes you to a place where you can click a clear button to make them go away. As you can see, the place to start is the same in all of these cases, the icon to the left of the URL that shows up in your address bar. What happens then is going to be similar, but of course slightly different for each of the browsers. Other browsers that I haven't shown you here, again, they're all going to pretty much use that same process, since they're all basically built on the same technologies as what we've just discovered. Why would we even want to do any of this? Well, deleting cookies can fix sites that aren't working. This lets you try it out without wiping out the cookies for all of your other sites, logging you out of all of them. For example, I have a site that I visit regularly. Every so often, it just doesn't work. Switching to a different browser works, at least for a while, after which it starts misbehaving as well. Switching to incognito mode works, again, for a while. The primary symptom is that it loops, refreshing the login screen so there's never a chance to log in. Additional symptoms include being signed out while I'm doing something and, of course, error messages relating to the web page display. On a whim, I cleared the cookies for that site when it started misbehaving, and sure enough, it started working again, even though eventually it would still fail. Fortunately, it works long enough for me to do what I need to do. Now, my theory, and it is only a theory, is that there's a bug in how the site is coded that either keeps dropping more and more cookies onto my machine until an HTTP size limit is reached, or some cookies get a little bit bigger on each page load until, again, that same limit is reached. Either way, clearing cookies does the trick for a while, at which point I can just do it again. Clearing cookies for a single site is a useful tool to have in your "why isn't this working" arsenal. It's not going to fix every website-related problem, but it's very useful when it does. For updates, for comments, for links related to this topic and more, visit askleo.com/1911114. I'm Leo Notenboom, and this is askleo.com.